Hey Hartford Public Library, this is Charmagne Tripp, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to get work as a singer. The first thing that you have to do to get work as a singer is to build a repertoire. You need to make sure, in my opinion, that you know about 20 to 30 songs really well from different genres. Most importantly, these songs need to be in your range. Lots of singers want to come out and go straight for the Whitneys and the Beyoncés, and some can if that's in your range. And while we all admire those singers and want to sing like them, not everybody has that ability right out the gate. It is something that you can aspire to, but in the beginning, I suggest that you sort of stick to songs that are in your range, that you're comfortable with, that you can sing really well. Once you know those songs, forward and backwards, I would pick different genres: jazz, blues, pop, some old school songs always go over really well, some classic rock songs. Just sort of find songs that are crowd pleasers. That's pretty much the easiest way to get work in a working band that is a cover band, is you want to make sure you know what the crowd pleasers are. Now you begin to network. Now that you know 20 to 30 songs, you want to go to open mics and try these songs out on people and see how they sound, see how you do. You can hit up karaoke. That's how I started. My first ever song that I sang at karaoke in practice was Rapture by Anita Baker. You want to record videos and start a YouTube channel. Share these videos with your friends and your family. Record good quality videos. Think about the lighting, think about the sound, because this is basically your demo. And you want to, and I don't mean like when you're just sort of playing around on social media, but when you're using these to get work, it's somewhat like your resume. So you want to think about the way you would put a resume together is the way you want your videos to look. You want to create a bio with some of your influences and your objectives as a singer, some of the things that you want to do, the type of band that you're looking for, the type of work that you want to get. Do you want to work in an event band, or do you just want to play clubs? There's so many different venues and so many different things that you can sing. Do you want to be a lead singer, or do you want to be a background singer? Do you want to be part of a group? These are the objectives that you need to speak about when you're creating your electronic press kit, also known as a EPK. And let people know that you're interested in singing. Lots of times there are a ton of people who know how to sing and just has never been asked because they never told anybody that they wanted to. The other thing I would do is go to shows. One way to network is to show up at people's shows. Find out what they're doing, study other artists. And I don't mean this in a go steal their set list way, because not cool. Just want to say that to you right now. Do not steal other people's set list. It's the number one way to make enemies. But you want to go and just sort of get inspiration and see what other people are doing and learn from them. Built your repertoire. You have 30 songs all in your range, different genres of music. You've created a YouTube channel. People know you want to sing. You have a bio. You have photos. You have video. You've been to open mics. You go to shows. People see who you are. Once you finally get an opportunity to get a gig, the number one thing is to be reliable. It is more valuable to be reliable than it is to be talented. Any band leader will tell you this. You have to have reliable transportation. Make sure that you can get to the gig. You have to learn the material backwards and forwards. You want to be so prepared with this material that you don't need lyric sheets, that you don't need to look at your iPad. You may need to reference these things as the arrangement that the band is doing, because the arrangement might be different. Lots of bands don't play the song the way that the record is, but you shouldn't be reading and singing. And a lot of people do it. Some band leaders are fine with it, some aren't. But as an artist, I tell you, it's much easier, and your performance is much better to just know these lyrics than it is to try to read the lyrics and sing, because you lose a lot of quality in that. You want to dress appropriately. You want to know that whatever venue that you're going into. If it's black, is it black tie? Is it a wedding? Is it a birthday party? 21st birthday party or a 65th birthday party? You want to make sure that you have the clothes to fit the event. And musicians get to take a lot of liberties with fashion, but initially first coming out, you want to be mindful of the spaces that you're going to play and sort of follow the band leader's lead on what you should wear, and always ask. Be on time. And by on time, I mean and recommend, when you're first starting out, be an hour early. And even though singers feel like they don't have a lot of stuff to set up or they don't have a lot to do, it's important to go because, one, you don't know what is going to happen in that time. You want to leave yourself enough response time that if you forget something, if you need to practice lyrics, if you want to do a check, if you want to go over something, if something changes, that you're there and you're relaxed before you get on stage. You're not sort of flying in last minute and a little disheveled and trying to figure out your place in the space. You want to allow yourself enough time so that you can give a comfortable and relaxed performance. One of the things that is really difficult for some artists is confidence and stage presence. And the best way, the number one way I know how to be confident, is to rehearse, to practice. Because once you know what you're doing, you're not going to be nervous. Nobody thinks about walking anymore because you've practiced walking so much you know how to walk. I mean, maybe some people still do, but for the most part, you know how to walk, you know how to breathe, you know how to do these things because you've done them over and over and over and over again. So be prepared as you can be. It's not as important to be the most talented person in the room, but the value is often in the most prepared person in the room. Lastly, and most importantly, I think I would just say to be curious. Lots of times we are sort of really comfortable in our own little space of music and our own little genres, and we only want to do that thing. But when you become curious about other bands and other styles of music, you really begin to figure out what your voice is. These influences will change your perspective on music, and no matter how much you study, no matter how long you go to school, you will never understand all there is to understand about music. So I strongly suggest studying other genres of music, supporting other artists, going to shows, develop a collaborative spirit. Nobody I know who is successful has done it on their own, not one person. And you want to stay open. You want to stay open to learning. You want to stay humble. Yes, you're talented. Yes, you're driven, but attitude goes a long way. So to wrap up, build a repertoire, about 20 to 30 songs. You want to start to network and build yourself an electronic press kit. Be reliable. Professionalism matters. And be curious. Stay open, supportive, and collaborative. And good luck.